What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Eluda Racing. So today I got a very cool video, one that I'm very excited to be doing and one that I've been waiting to do for quite some time. So I'm really looking forward to doing this and taking you guys along for the ride. Today I'm going to be finally using my Maptuner X. Now, I've used this in the past and I've done some basic stuff, but today I'm actually going all out and I'm doing the stage 4 tune, which previously was a stage 6, but they discontinued that. So now the big tune, the high boost tune that's available is a stage 4. And yeah, I was getting other things ready, doing other mods to the side-by-side, so until you do all those other things you can't do the stage 4, you'll blow it up. So today is the day that we're going to be doing that, and I cannot say this couldn't come fast enough, and I couldn't be more excited to do this. And let's get going. So now today, like I said, we're doing the tune. We're using my Maptuner X, which I purchased from Evo Power Sports, Evolution Power Sports. They have a website, evopowersports.com. You can find them on eBay. You can find them there. I mean, they are the premier side-by-side company out there. I mean, there's other ones out there, but Evo is number one. They're cutting edge. Their product support is second to none. The guys over there are some of the most knowledgeable guys in the business, and this is who I recommend. And I know in previous videos I said, you know, I'm not going to be loyal to one or another or whatever, but after doing things and learning as I was going, I come to find out the reason that everybody's using these guys is for a very specific reason, because they are the best. So with that being said, let's crack this box open and we're going to show you a little bit about the tuner, and then we're going to go over to the side-by-side and we're going to actually do this. So when you get your Maptuner X, you know, obviously you're going to have your tuner, which is pretty sweet. I mean, it looks pretty much kind of like a GPS. You've got a couple different cables. This is going to be your HDMI to your OSB, which is going to be how you're going to link this up to your side-by-side, and we'll show you that in a minute. You also are going to get a USB to a micro connection, which is how you are going to be able to do firmware updates, add tunes, and do a lot of different things with Evo. You need to have that because you need to link this up to your laptop or desktop, and you need to create an account, and there's a lot of stuff that you got to do, and that's pretty straightforward. They'll walk you through that. It's real easy. You get some links, some activation codes, and different things like that. Then you got to update it. You download your particular vehicle information onto it, and you know, all that good stuff. So yeah, so what we're going to do is on the bottom here you can see you've got your two connections. Big one in the middle, that is a mini or a micro HDMI, and then you've got that other one that I was talking about for the uploading. And the other thing, this cool thing about this is this will do data logging as well. So you can data log with this, and then you can upload it to your desktop or your laptop, and you can create files, and then after you do things you can go back and you can compare that stuff. So this is really all you're going to need, and then I would recommend using a flashlight. You guys remember this one if you're a subscriber. I just did a review on this. So let's go ahead and go over to the side-by-side and start having some fun. Now, where you're going to link up to this is going to be down below. And if you look on mine, I have a front mount battery. But if you look here, that's where your old battery used to go. Directly below that, if you look right there, that's the port or the cord that we need to use. Let me get this in place here, and then I'm going to kind of free up two hands. Hopefully you can see this all right. But you're going to plug these in, You're going to make sure it clicks. You want a good connection on that. That's very important. As soon as you connect that, or you plug that in, you're going to see your MapTuner X is powering up. Now it's powering up right now because it's getting power from the unit itself, but it is not connecting to the ECU on the side-by-side. It will not do that unless you have the key on. So what you're going to want to do when you go to do this is you need to turn your key on, and that will give the ability for the MapTuner X to communicate, and it will also import all of the vehicle information from the ECU onto the MapTuner X. Now I'm not going to do a big tutorial on the MapTuner X right now because I want to focus on the tuning aspect. But if you look on here, you've got programming, you've got service, add vehicle, my vehicle information, monitoring, and data logger. These are all different apps that you can have imported and downloaded onto the MapTuner X. They do not come by default with all of this. You need to request that, and more than likely you need to pay for those things. But once you add your vehicle, then you'll get the my vehicle. If you look on here, we'll go ahead and we'll click on that. That's going to show my side-by-side, and it's got the VIN or whatever, the serial number for it on there. But what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing the programming. I've already went ahead and I've actually programmed this. I kind of did a dry run with this because I wanted to make sure there was no hiccups or any issues with this. So once you're all hooked up, keys turned on, all your information for your vehicle is in there, you're going to want to hit the programming. It's going to say reading information. While it does that, it's gathering, it's communicating with the side-by-side. That has now been done. If you look on there, you have original, stage 1. Now I've paid and I've had all the tunes on here, so that yours might look different on this depending on what tuner you buy and what level you pay for. It's kind of an a la carte service. You don't get everything out the gate. You have to pay for other things that you want. But you have stage 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to be doing stage 4 today. Now I've already done stage 4. I don't know if it'll go faster since I've already done it, but we're going to go ahead and just walk through it, and we're going to reprogram it. I don't think it'll cause an issue. So once you pick stage 4 or the other stages, you're going to do next. It says no information about this tune. You're going to do download. Do you wish to program the vehicle with the selected product? Yes. Please make sure key is in position and ignition switch is on. So we already have the key on. We're going to hit OK. Calculating. It's communicating right now. Connecting to the ECU. Please wait. Now once we're at this stage, all of this can take quite some time. I mean, when I did it, I think start to finish it took close to 5 minutes, and I do not know. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so now it's programming. Like I said, I've already done this, so it's basically rewriting the same tune to the ECU a second time. Now one thing you'll want to know, we'll see if we can grab this real quick and go up top. You want to be careful when this is doing this. Don't move your tuner around a lot. You don't want to take a chance on breaking the connection with the cord. You can corrupt the file and you can cause yourself an issue. But what I wanted to show you is while that's tuning, you can see that graph is slowly going up. Like I said, it takes close to 5 minutes. But one thing I noticed is while that's going, you'll get a check engine light. You'll get, I mean, the gauges do stuff. It's saying, it's a check transmission, check DPS. Different things are happening at different times, and then sometimes it'll do kind of like a couple power cycles. They all act differently depending on what stage you do. But until this thing is prompted, until you're prompted to do so, you don't want to turn the key off. You do not want to unplug it. You don't want to hit the start button. You don't want to touch this thing in any way, shape, or form while it is going through this programming, because like I said, it can corrupt it and it can cause a lot of issues. It could, if you were to unplug it, you could potentially fry the ECU. Is that likely? No, but you never say never. You never know what's going to happen. So just let it go, let it do its thing. like I said, it can take, you know, several minutes to do it, and that graph will slowly go up, slower, you know, slowly but surely, and it will, you know, do its thing, and then it's going to tell you when it's okay to move on. It'll say programming complete, I believe, if I remember correctly. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to let this do its thing, and then we'll come back here in a second. So we're backwards. You can see we're probably a little over 50% as far as the programming's going. And while this is doing that, I kind of want to go over a couple things with everybody to let them know. When you get this tuner, or you get any tuner that has multiple stage tunes in it, 1, 2, 3, 4, some are claiming up to 6. I mean, the stages are really nothing more than a reference number. I mean, you know, you're adding boost, you're adding fuel, you're adding timing, and all that, you know, so it's like everything's, oh, I got, you know, stage this, stage that, you know. I mean, some tuners out there, it's just a tune, you know, so it's the equivalent. Don't be hung up on the number more so than what the tune is doing to your particular vehicle. But what I wanted to kind of talk about is when you get your tuner, and, you know, like on this one, you know, for me, you cannot just take a tuner and put it on there and have a bone stock side by side, or four-wheeler for that matter, and do a stage 4 tune without doing other modifications to accommodate and, you know, work side by side with that tune. Because what this tune is doing is it's adding timing, it's adding fuel, it's adding boost, it's altering the way this motor is running, it's changing your spark curve. I mean, it's modifying a lot of things. And if you add boost, you add fuel, you add timing, you also need to add air. You need to open up your exhaust and allow the exhaust to breathe free. So there's other things that you need to do, or else you're going to be having issues with your motor. If it doesn't blow a head gasket, it could throw a rod, or it could just flat out run like shit. So you need to make sure that you follow the guidelines that the manufacturer recommends as far as for minimum modifications required in order for this tune to work. A lot of people have asked me, you know, what have I done to my side-by-side? What other mods have I done? I've been doing a lot of videos, you know, if you haven't seen them all, and there's mods that I've done that I haven't necessarily done a video on. I've referenced it, but I haven't done a video for it. So what I want to do is, while this is doing this, is I want to give you a rundown of everything I've done to my side-by-side to support this stage 4 tune. One of the very, if not the first thing I did was I did a cold air intake. The intake system that goes to the air cleaner on these is very restrictive. They're trying to keep dirt and mud and dust out of that air cleaner assembly. So it's a very restrictive intake system. I went with a cold air intake, which allowed that air cleaner to breathe more. By doing that, I also then had to go to a CAN-AM air filter. Other manufacturers make filters. I'm a CAN-AM filter guy. As you can see, real quick, the tuning is complete, and we have our next. Hit our next button, and now we're good to go. Now what I did, and you don't necessarily have to do this, but what I did was I turned the key off, and I want to let this thing time out before I'm actually going to turn it back on and I'm going to start it. So while this is timing out, let's continue talking about the modifications that I did. So like I said, before the tune, I did the cold air intake, I did a CAN-AM air filter, I went to EVO'S injectors. They call them a stage 2 injector, which is a larger CC injector to handle more boost, more fuel, just overall more horsepower. So I went with bigger injectors. I have a EVO charge pipe. The charge pipe, I think I did a video on that. That goes from the turbo up to the intercooler, and it allows for more boost, more airflow, more free flowing, just overall better. So we did the EVO charge pipe. We also did a cat delete, which you've seen that video. I just put on the Two Brothers Racing high flow mufflers. I also did, which I have a video coming soon, I did a thermostat delete bypass. And basically I don't really, I mean, I drive this in the winter, but I'm not driving it a lot. So I want it to run as cool as it can possibly run. So I bypassed my thermostat and to get it to run cooler. Can-Ams run extremely hot just by nature. They're warm-blooded, and you know, the fans are circulating on and off all the time. And especially with a turbo machine like this, once that intercooler becomes heat soaked, it's robbing you of horsepower. That's not debatable. That is a guaranteed fact. That's why there's water to air intercoolers, there's methanol injected intercoolers. There's a whole different realm of intercoolers out there to keep those things charged. Guys will use nitrous and they'll inject nitrous in to cool the air temperatures. That is a big power robber when it comes to these units, or just boosted vehicles in general. So to get that engine running as cool as possible is a key thing, and to keep it running cool, especially in summertime. So we did the thermostat delete bypass. I run Royal Purple Ice, which is an additive that you run with the coolant, and it will lower your operating temps by 10 to 15 degrees just all day long. So that's another one. There's other brands. AMSOIL makes one, Wetter Water. I'm a Royal Purple guy. I do a lot of business with them, so I like to push their products, and they make good products. So I use the Royal Purple Ice. Obviously we have the MAPTUNER Stage 4. I also run 94 octane. 94 octane is readily available here in Michigan. You know, a lot of states have 93, and then you can jump up to race gas or E85. I'm not going to do the E85 thing. I'm just going with the 94 for now. And then as far as plugs, I run stock plugs. Now I'm going to be looking into plug alternatives, plug gapping. You know, as you raise boost, a lot of guys, as you go up in boost, you lower, or you shrink your plug gap, because the boost can blow the spark out. You can get detonation, you can cause issues. So you're going to want to look into that. Don't hold me to anything like that. There might not be another alternative out there to the factory plugs. I don't know. That's just next on my list, and the next thing I want to look at myself. So with that being said, now that that's the rundown of all my stuff, all those parts are readily available online, eBay, wherever you choose to go. Everything I bought you can buy from Evo, and you know, they're great guys over there, so I can't say enough about them, and I can't thank them enough for all the help that they've given me, and the things that they've offered to me. So I'm very appreciative to them, and the time and the knowledge that they gave me over the years, especially the last year. So you know, give those guys a call and give them your business. They're a great group of guys over there. So now that we've completed the tune, and let's do some, I want to do some monitoring. I want to see what is going on with this now that I've tuned it. So let's go ahead and hit the monitoring, and we have to turn that key on. You can change the default layout by hitting the display button here in the lower part, and that will basically just change the makeup, what's showing, how big it is, and stuff like that. Now you can go on when you hook this up to your computer, you can actually change this by default, what's on here and what's not on here, which is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and start it up. So I mean, as you can see with it running right now, those are all live. You know, we're seeing our degrees in our cylinders, we're seeing our engine RPM, our exhaust temps, our ignition timing, overall timing, and timing in each cylinder as far as degrees. So a lot of cool stuff, and you can data log this. We can go back to the home page, and we can do data logging, and we can save all this. So you can tune, and then you can go on, you can save all this, which is a really cool feature, and it's really something that you have to have if you're going to tune and you're going to make big power. You have to know what these things are in order to accurately tune and make sure that your machine is going to work at optimum performance and last. So we can see our volts, we can see our engine temp, we can see our pedal position. Right now it's at idle, so it's at 0%. If I was giving it gas, it would go up, that pedal position, which is the bottom in the middle. But this is a really cool feature. So let's give her a little gas, see how she sounds. Sounds good. So we're going to take it out later, take it for a spin, and see exactly what kind of gains we get and everything like that. But yeah, I hope you liked the video. I hope I explained everything thoroughly, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And like I always say, please like, subscribe, turn on your notifications. If you have any questions regarding this video, please feel free to comment. I always respond to anybody that asks me a question. And if you have any suggestions on something that you would like to see me do, or if there's something that I've done, if you'd like me to go back over it, I would be more than happy to do so. But yeah, so please like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. And we will be doing a test drive video here shortly, and we'll make sure to upload that. I'm going to get my daughter to go for a ride with me, and I think we're going to get a little reaction video from her, seeing exactly what this thing will do now that it's been tuned on some dry roads. And I'm excited to see the reaction from her and the look on her face when we spool this thing up and we do a dry launch. So it's going to probably scare the shit out of her. So watch for that one too. Talk to you guys soon, guys. Thanks.